Hi, everyone. Good evening, and you're welcome to PDC Workshop 2025. Yeah, by PDC, I mean Purposeful Designers Conference. Not conference, excuse me, Purposeful Designers Community Workshop. Yeah, so we do hold these workshops, yeah, to help designers, yeah, to help majorly our members, but we are so generous and we can't keep things to ourselves. Yeah, so we decide to let it open to everyone so they can join and just learn free class. Yeah, I'm sure we've had many of these. Yeah, we've had some of these before, and people have benefited from it. Yeah, and even some of our beneficiaries are here. Yeah, and even one of them is one of our tutors today, and he's been doing amazingly well. Yeah, and he's here to come and showcase his talent, his skill to inspire people, to tell you guys can also you can create, right? So today we are on product design dynamics. Yeah, we've had one before, and this is the part two. Yeah. So my name is Maven Layemi. For those who do not know me, right? And we meet tonight, and a facilitator, we have Visuals by Mike. Yeah, Visuals by Mike. You can call him Mike, you can call him, if his peeps are here, or maybe they are going to watch later, they know what they call him. I don't know, you can see him all smile, all looking shining with his silver glasses. Yeah, that's to tell you that he's rich. You can see that his glasses is even bigger and shiner than my own. My glasses has bent. If you take a look at the picture very well, my glasses has bent in one side like this. That's because I don't really have money like him like that. So he's our biggest man. So sorry, that's pun intended, just to joke around. But I welcome you guys again to our workshop, our design workshop. Yes, this is our first workshop for 2025, and it's going to be a good ride, an interesting ride, inspiring night, educative, and something you always remember. Yeah. Also, after this, we are going to have we're going to have we are recording right now here, and we are going to have it uploaded on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube and rewatch, relearn, and take something in. All right, without wasting time, right, I'm just going to pass the mic over to Mike. So Mike, you have the floor now. I'm going to stop sharing now, and then you can share from your end and introduce yourself again. I already introduced you and flattered you, but I know designers have coconut head. So, but you know how to introduce yourself better. So over to you, please. Let me stop sharing my screen. All right, you can share your screen now. And if you would like to share yourself also, you can do that. Okay, awesome. I can see you now. But we can't hear you. You are muted. Maybe you are on mute.
I never knew I was muted before. All right, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm this one why my life this night. So I'm more than honored to be here this night, and trust me, it's a big one, and it's cool to hear that. You mentioned something when you were introducing me that is one of us and is here to showcase himself. So I remember maybe 2 years ago, there was this competition that we had for, I think it's around this time too. We had a competition like that we are meant to design, the graphic designer are meant to design something for Ramadan Karim. and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
without adding what's it called? Without adding mosque, without adding Quran, without adding anything that is significant of being a Muslim.
Yeah.
And we are meant to make it creative enough. So I remember I did something back then, like a flipping Quran. That was like 2 years ago. Like
Yes, yes,
that,
that's true.
yeah. That like made me laugh. Like wow, at least I will try. 2 years ago
Is
to
it
now.
right? A good job.
Yeah. It's been a good ride. Trust me. So that so that everybody else in the call is not lost. So yes, it's with great honor that I'm here this night. Trust me, I don't take it for granted. So without further ado, you have introduced me, and I think that's well enough. But then I just like to add one or two things. As you say,
Okay.
designers have coconut head.
Okay.
All right, so I'm Michael Adebowale. That's like my official name, but I prefer Visuals by Mike because I believe I'm somebody who has this high for something. Even if I don't know how to do it, I can explain. I can use my mouth to explain because I can get the picture. So it's been a long while since I've been calling myself Visuals by Mike, so I can visualize things. So and more than being a designer, I'm somebody who like the creative niche. Anything creative. I love music. I do music. I love anything that is just creative, so to speak. So I'm very, very interested in things like that. So I didn't start out. I didn't start out as a product designer. I started out as a graphic designer. Then I niched down to brand design. Maven, can you please mute? I think I'm getting a noise feedback on my end.
Okay, so sorry.
Yes. All right. Thank you. So I started out as a graphic designer, and from there I niched down to brand design, and along the way, I attended a design academy. So along the way, my tutor, who I was close with, he was always working on product design and always working on brand design. So sometimes when his hands are very full, he just say, do this, do this, do this, because I learned brand design with the minimalist approach. So it was easy for me to get a knack of product design. So do this, do this. From there, I was like, product design is not that bad. And then it is believed that even though I will not make that a theory, but it is believed that product design pays more than brand design. But then I think that's relative. It's not a black and white. It's not a fact. It's just relative depending on the company. So that's how I transitioned into product designer. So presently, I would not just call myself a product designer. I call myself a brand and product designer, like brand and software designer. So I combine both. So I presently work full time as a designer. I don't know if you want to call it designer or editor. I don't even know. I currently work as a designer too. I lead a team of designers, brand designers, web developers, product designers, and all that. That's how I work presently, and I freelance too by the site. All for the career, not for the money. I'm not going to lie to you. So that being said, we can go into the design straight. So I think based on, I know it's not going to be a long class, so I didn't feel the need to want to create any slides like that, like that. So I just wanted to share, what should I call it pro tip? I don't even know if I should call it pro tip or not, because I don't think I'm pro enough. So that being said, I just want to share one or two that I feel can make designers design smarter, faster, and better. So, first off is everything has transitioned into a new era of how design should be approached, and design is no longer approached like the way it used to be back in 2022, where there was nothing like auto layout. Design is no longer approached, and I'm talking as a product designer because it's a product design class. So design is no longer approached like something we can call a minimalist brand design or a marketing campaign flyer, just like the way it used to be before. It's all about the visuals, and developers has all the headache to carry. But right now, product design is now a design that functions on the development side as much as on the interface side. So that's to say how to know a good product designer is should I say good, or how to know a product designer that knows his stuff. Well, is when it designs, it doesn't matter how complicated the design looks, but when it designs and is easy to approach by developers. You have seen a lot of tweets on Twitter that developers will be like, they want swear for one product designer, we go design this, they go design that. And I think it's not based on, I've collaborated with a number of developers, not so many, it's just a few. I'm just 3 years into product design, so I don't think I work with so much. But then those few, I realized that it's not necessarily about the look, it's not necessarily about the interface, it's not necessarily about the emotion that is happening. All these things has a relative on the development side, but then it's about how it works. It's about how it can be interpreted on the other side of this digital product thing. So a design can be so mighty on the interface, and a developer can finish it in the space of 1 week. Depends on how you choose the design. So now I just want to share one or two about that. So first off, for designers that, sorry, I think I'm sharing what I'm working on presently. That's why you can see this. So let me just okay. So let me just start a new frame here and just show us one or two that I feel can make us smarter and better designers. I know this class is like a mixture of what's it called, beginners, intermediates, and maybe advanced designers. So let's say I have my frame here. I'm not a preacher of too many shortcuts because I don't like to cram too much, but then I use shortcuts at times, and I use the buttons that we have here. So let's say I have my desktop here. And so one is using community libraries. So a lot of designers, they want to design everything custom for themselves. As much as that's very nice, but then trust me, people pay more for designers that do work faster than designers that want to create everything from scratch. So there are a lot of community libraries. If you can see my cursor, there's a community web here. There's a community web. When you come here, you can see design systems. And this was even the last thing I did. I had to download something from here for a church project. Okay, let's see. Let's say searching for design system. Let's see what was going to fetch for us. So now, and I don't think a beginner should not even know what a design system is called. But then, just for record purpose, a design system is like the book of law of a design product. Just like we have the Quran that is meant to guide the precepts and how a Muslim should do or not, and just like we have a Bible that is meant to guide how a Christian should live or not. Same thing, we have a design system. It's meant to guide how a design should be or not. So you can bring in, you can bring out. So far, the design system is established. So there are different design systems here based on the kind of brand you want to work on and based on the kind of design you want to work on. For example, it would be wrong for me to take this kind of design system and want to use it for a minimalist brand because this is having a lot of gradients, it's having a lot of halo effects, it's having a lot of elements inside. It's not going to work. So the best bet is to go for something that looks minimal. So I'm not going to pick one. I'm just showing you how to go about this. So a design system, I'll just show you how it works just for the classic. Let me just look for one that let me just show the one I use. So the one I use presently was gotten from the community library, but then I tweaked it to resonate with the brand identity of the brand I'm doing this design for. Come to pages here, you see design system. There's a welcome, this design system, there's home. So Maven with the Layemi say the guy has one. I'm still using free Figma. What I'm not talking about. Even though this is my personal account, but still. I think I have a slow network. I'm trying to load my design system so you can see what it looks like. Okay. Viola. Yeah, so you can come here. You see everything has a label already. What's wrong? Okay. Network will touch your patience. Don't lose it. So yeah, now what you are meant to do with the design system is to assign properties or assign features to different things. So for example, now this is headline. This is headline. This is headline 2, this is headline 3. So instead of just guessing or maybe try to determine, okay, I want to use 64 for my header 1, I want to use 48 for my header 2, you just assign everything here. Everything is already done. So you customize it to what you want to do. So when you customize it, here are the colors to you customize it, you label it the way you want it to. So I will show you how that plays out in the product I'm designing presently. What I'm designing presently is where I currently work full time. It's like a website overhaul, a website redesign overhaul. Like the whole website. So I'm just taking it function by one function and from that. So here you go, there's this button. So instead of adding shadows manually, just for the head of consistency, so that when you assign shadow to a property, when you're assigning another shadow to another property, it's not looking so different, because the beauty of product design is that there is consistency. Everything looks like a family along the line. So there you go. This for shadows. You can see different shadow rates. You see there's 100, depending on which one looks good for you. And there are buttons here. See, there are buttons here. This button one. So based on the product, you see there's the button variation for mobile too. This button with arrow, there's inputs, for drop downs and all those stuff. If you are designing a product that has to do with dashboards and all that. So I had to get this because the product has a community aspect of it, whereby clients can have a dashboard instead of taking them into a product management system. Trying to have a dashboard whereby clients can see the progress of a project, of which is a marketing agency, so that clients can see the progress of each project. So instead of using products like Zoho, instead of using products like Trello, and for them to track the project of what they are paying for, they can see it right inside the website. It's just like, so the clients can just log in and check their dashboard, see the progress of, okay, we are in phase 1, we're in phase 2, we're in phase 3, blah 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 blah. So they can know how the team is running on it. So for something like this, they will need input fields. There is a badge and chips here. So as not to waste too much time on this part, there's breadcrumbs, there's progress bar, there's loader. So instead of creating interactions, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not ideal to create some of these things from scratch, but then designers that are leading right now, designers that design smarter and faster. So for knowledge sake, you learn how to create it. But best practices, there are some things that you don't need to necessarily create from scratch. You just assign it. Anybody that studied architecture will understand this, that you don't build. I studied architecture, so you don't build some things from scratch. When you are designing on the 3D interface, you assign properties, you assign what material. Those things can be built, they can be designed right inside the software, but then just to save time, those things are already there, just like we said. Just like photography too. Instead of editing some pictures manually, if the pictures are under the same condition of light, expression, and those things, instead of editing the pictures manually one by one, you just download a preset that works for it, or you design just one preset yourself and just overlay it on all the pictures, and you're exporting like 50, 100 at the same time, and all the pictures are popping. So that's what all this work for. Remember, I said it's a design system. So let me show you where it was applied, how it was applied. Okay, let me use this last. Okay, take a look at this aspect. Pardon my network, I don't know why it's looking like it's glitching, but it's not glitching on the code, it's glitching in my hand. So can you see this typography side? You see the assignment here is B2, that's body 2. So if I click here now and I change it to subtitle 2, you see it's changing. If I change it to header 1 or header 3, you see it's changing. If I change it to header 1, let's just look. is going to change. So basically, instead of imputing some things out or cramming figures just to know that, okay, for body one, I'm using 14, for body two, I'm using this. Instead of cramming those things in your head, you already know that according to the hierarchy of the design, you know what is body one already, you know what is body two. So you just come here and just assign it. And that will be all for that. So that way you're able to design faster. You're not thinking about when it comes to your padding too. There are padding presets from the design system. When it comes to, and for beginners, trust me, if you are for beginners, I know one of our headaches is because I still consider myself a beginner. I'm just supported to be able to get that story though. Then for beginners, I think one of our headaches is creating portfolio, creating projects that stand out for portfolio, just to at least if it's just internship role, it will not be too bad. So if you come here too, these things were actually labeled, even though I had to what's it called now? I had to detach it. So for example, if you are using a component now, and the component came with its properties, let's say I want to add a button here. Let me show you where the button played out to. These are some of the websites that some of the brands that the company has been able to. So let's take the button for example. From the design system, there's a button assignment too. Then we check it. So now you check here now. There's a giant button. If you check it now, that's large. Change it again to medium. The size is reducing based on, and this was assigned. I had to customize it from there. This was assigned just in case we are designing for different responsiveness. Let's say, okay, for a desktop view, for a laptop view, for a tablet view, then for a iPad view, then for the mobile. You have different sizes by default, accustomed to different frame sizes. So if you check here now too, you see small. Check the buttons now. It's going to go smaller. Then if you check tiny, that's what I know by it's going to go smaller. So instead of just thinking of what size can I use for a mobile view, you already know by default the best one that will fit for it is either tiny or small. So that way you're not stressing, you're not taking too much time designing, doing auto layout for each buttons. You are just assigning. That's just the gist about using design system. And here again, there are icons there. You see there's an icon by the right. That's icon right, that's the arrow. I can turn it off. I can turn the left on. You see. So everything is just there. This outline based on whatever is inside the design system. Sometimes you might add to the design system based on your needs. So this is the outline. I can use fields. I can use field. You see, this is the version of the fields. Everything are assigned by you, but then you're not just doing it from scratch. I can use clear to clear this for it, just like an empty frame, just the text. So most times when I use clear, I use it in places whereby I just have to use black. Just use black and just add an arrow. Just like, for example, just like this guy. Where is it? Just like this guy. That's clear. This view website. I don't want it to look like a very bogus button, so I use clear instead. So let me just take it back. So where it was. So that's for design system. Design system is one of the things I feel beginners should learn how to use just to get their portfolios ready. So that should not take the place of building your design skills and building is it like the reflections on my glasses? That should not take away building your design skill or building the in-depth knowledge of how product design works, how different thing works. Because I don't want beginners to be busy, to be busy just using all this make work faster stuff, and they don't really know. It's just like a designer that is so freaked about using mockups and cannot do a great design. They're doing a very bad poster, and then they are using a very nice mockup. It's not balanced. It's wrong. So I don't want anybody to be busy, using all these things and they are still doing a bad design. So get rooted in your design, take courses and all that. But then when you want to in real life practices, the best thing is to use all these tools that are available online. So that aside, that's community library. So aside from community library, you can also find components too. in the community library. Let us say, instead of designing some, let's say for example now, a logo loop. A logo loop is something that was like, okay, let me see if I can share. This one is on Figma, but it's because I can preview immediately. Let me just share this tab. Let me share this tab. Is that easy, right? Let me just share this tab. Hold on a minute. I have to take it to my secondary screen. So this is like a portfolio project for one of my orgas thing. Designers, it's not easy for us to work on some personal stuff, like I said, never looks enough. So that's why designers get designers to do success for them. I think it kind of makes some sense. So just don't think that this person portfolio is somehow. It's not my girl. Godspeed, I greet you. I see you here. Hey, this one I just talk. I don't know much this morning. I don't know say my gas a day. Now wow, maybe you know tell me. Okay, so let me just change my display from here.
I just saw him too.
Hey. Yeah, no. So I'm trying to. This network sucks. I want to load up before I change the present. Let's see. It's about to load now. Wow, the network is really poor. Sorry for that. Pardon me. That's interesting. I'm running on 8 MB per second. That's so sad. Even please let me know how much time I have left so that I can speed up in whatever I have to do.
Yeah, continue. I think we have like 1 hour more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's luxurious.
Yeah, let's say roughly 50 minutes.
Okay. While this is loading up, let me just look for a website that has that kind of logo loop. So logo loop is just to say an interaction where, let us say, a list of logos in like on the development side they call it CSS animation. So the logos are arranging like this. They are just moving gradually. They are moving along the same horizontal way. So I'm just going to present. Let me see if that guy has loaded up. Oh no, this is sad. This is so sad. I don't know if maybe he knows what I'm trying to say. If you have it stand by, if you can just present instead. So I don't know how my network is. A logo loop, like maybe on a website where you have a logo displaying across the horizontal line that was going on a straight line.
Okay, this they call it one name. Let me check.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to show them that all those things, yes, it's good to learn how to create it within. You don't need to waste time doing all that. If you can just I think it's loading up now. Until you ever meet you. Okay.
Okay, the one I have here is not. It's not really moving, but let me just share.
Okay. Let me stop presenting. Okay. Yes, you can go now.
Okay, I think it's moving. It just takes time. This part. This is what you mean? I can't hear you. You're
Yes,
muted.
yes, sorry, I
Yes,
muted.
sorry, I
Yes,
muted. Yes.
Okay, yes, this back.
exactly. So
Exactly.
that's
Okay.
precise.
That's
So
precise. So
that's what I'm trying to
that's what
talk
I'm
about.
trying to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for that. So something like that, I know some of us, now I don't want to be misunderstood. I'm talking about best practices. I'm not talking about learning. I'm talking about best practices. What do you say?
Sharing your screen here.
Okay. That's my guy again. Okay, so I'm talking about best practices. I'm not talking about you know just learning. So because the goal is not to be a student, the goal is to be a badass product designer. So you're not going to be a student forever. You're not going to be a beginner forever. Everybody's a student forever. You're not going to be a beginner forever. So just to get ahead of everybody, still taking courses for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you can forge ahead. The essence is get the job done. So everything that how do I say it now? Based on my own journey in product design, I didn't start out product design by taking courses, by I started working on projects. So that's why I think my experience, I think it's a smart idea to learn how product design works and not just be busy taking courses, bamboozling yourself with too much knowledge. And I've seen people that have a lot of certificate when it comes to product design, and what they are doing, I'm still like, okay, are good. Some people that they have been into product design for 3 years, 5 years, and they will still be seeking to do internship in a company where, uh, sorry, like we still, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. So the goal of everything I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to make people lazy. I'm only saying there is a better way to work than just wasting time on taking too many courses. So, for example, now I learned video editing not by taking course. I learned video editing by doing my own videos. I learned it by this. So I know what I want to create. I might not know the right time, but I know what I want to create. So I just go online. How to create. I will type out the story, what I understand it by. Even though that might not be the right search key, I'll type out the story, and every it's going to give me different fits, and I will get what I want, and I'll go to that Premiere Pro CapCut and check it. What's that? Are you giving me a signal? I can't hear you. Maybe if you are talking to me, please let me know. Okay. So I just go to Premiere Pro or CapCut to down find how to do whatever I plan doing, and then online looks like I'm a badass video editor, but it's a lie. Per project, I'm on YouTube. So I'm getting the job done. Sometimes when I wasn't serious with video editing, like when I was still exchanging it for cash, I was editing videos for LMS brands in the US for people that are into edtech. I was editing videos for them. That was 2023 when I was serious with videos. There was no CapCut then. It was just Premiere Pro. And combined with downloading some effects from Canva, some effects using a premium account from Canva, and just bring it in as, there are different ways to maneuver those things like that. And I just use these two tools together to create mad stuff. And I was not taught per se. I just know what I want to create. I can identify good stuff. I just go online, find out how to do it, and go about it. And so the idea is we are Nigerians here. I don't know if there are non-Nigerians on this call, but then or maybe non-Nigerians that watch this video. But then the truth is you can't waste too much time as a beginner trying to want to know everything before you set yourself out. You have to find something that uh, will push you to learn best practices. Learn best practices. I transitioned into brand design by accident too, and I'm transitioning into another thing by accident right now. So, and the goal is not to know everything. The goal is to just be one of those people that is offering premium services for premium pay when it gets to a point. So that being said, just not to take too much time on that. Um, Let me look for the next bullet point I want to talk about. Have it typed somewhere here. Be my strength. Okay, so there are AI tools. So let me show you. I know many people have there's a lot going on online. They say this one wants to take your job, blah 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 blah. I'm sorry, it's not here. People like us are not. I think there was a day on the group where I I debunked. I don't know who sent that message. I debunked somebody who was saying. Okay, I think the person was not saying. The person was just asking a question. So I was trying to debunk the fact that people are scared that hey, I might take some good jobs. Not this side of job. I'm sorry. So I want to show you something now. There is a tool. So I didn't know WordPress before. I think it's a cool tool that product designers should learn. Maybe when you're done learning a substantial amount of Figma and Framework, then you cannot try to learn products and you cannot try to learn WordPress or maybe workflow or maybe other tools that developers use for that there are no code tools. So now there is an AI interface that you can use to there is an AI interface that you can use to transition from what's it called? You can use to transition from Figma to somewhere else. So let us say for WordPress, for example, now this might not be something new, but then it might be something new to some people. Let's say from WordPress to from Figma to WordPress, from Figma to React, from Figma to HTML, from Figma to so such a case that you can be able to say when I began doing this stuff, that's when I knew that I need to work better on things like auto layout, things like standard framing, things like fixed and auto fixed, things like bowling groups, things like illustrations that can readjust itself when it comes to different sizes. So I had to learn it because when it comes to a case whereby you're not needing a developer that's going to write codes and you want to transition your design into another platform just to launch it and edit a bit and launch it, there are tools that you have to use and your design has to be the best. I'm not saying on visuals now, I'm saying on the array. How let me show you something. Look at my panel here. Let me show you something that is happening here. Madam Shadi, I see you. So let's take a look at this side of this design. Look at even the external frame, everything is on auto layout. Now, if I should hide, let me zoom out a bit. Let me collapse this. So imagine I hide this hero section. The others are readjusting all by itself automatically. Imagine I hide this featured. Everything is going so is readjusting automatically. That's to say everything is in the right position. So let me unhide it now and let me now go inside. So on the development side, so as a product designer, trust me, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to learn how design works on the development side. I'm not saying learn coding. I'm saying learn how it works on the other side. And how to learn how it works on the other side is to move with developers. Listen to them, listen to their pain, listen to how they interpret designs. Get on projects with them, get on, even if it's just growing developers, you are growing to get them to work together and see how they complain about some things about your design and the things they give you thumbs up about. So for example now, if you see this hero section now, I know beginners, everybody knows what hero section is. It's that phrase, that size of a landing page or a product that you see at a go just on your screen. So there's a container now. If you are coding or if you are using no code tool, you'll be familiar with the word container. So before your final frame, there should always be a subset container. So if I open this container now, why is it slowing down? Apology for my slow network. Okay, I think it's moving. This network online. Okay, there we go. If I hide this, every other thing is adjusting. If I should hide this, hide now. every other thing is adjusting. That's because everything is already like, I mean, absolutely everything. Maybe let's say 98% of everything you're saying is already on auto layout. So just in case you now want to, let's say a WordPress developer wants to work on it, instead of creating all these things manually, all it does have to do is, so I know I'm on the AI tool bullet now. All it does have to do is click this page, come to your plugin and widgets, search. So there are different options. There are different products that does this thing. There's UI Kemi. There's UI Kemi. You see Figma to Elementor. There's the part of it that goes to Bricks page. There is the part of it that goes to a Gutenberg block, depending on what interface they are using for the WordPress. So if you check them, there is also this Japanese yak. I don't remember on Yatoshi. Is it Yatoshi? Let me check. This one is in Madas. Is very sophisticated. I've not figured out how to use it well. So let me just search UI tool and Figma to WordPress. So you can see this in Figma Stylebook to WordPress, Stylebook creator for Figma and exporting to WordPress. So Stylebook is just like another way of saying design system. So when you have a design system in Figma, so that when you want to edit your design in WordPress, so that you don't have to manually create it in your library, start assigning. This thing is going to convert your design system inside WordPress. So you just ship it to WordPress. That way, on WordPress, instead of just setting everything in your libraries, let's say your typography for buttons is 14 and your buttons padding, all those things are already going inside WordPress. All you just have to do is assign it, just edit it inside your WordPress. There is, I don't use this one. There is one more. There's block 4. They are new on block, but then they are great too. There is one. There is. I'm looking for that one now. So let me not just waste time. You can always solve this thing at your own time too. There is also Figma to. Because trust me, the beauty of your work as a contributor in the digital space is when collaborating is easy with you to asset development, to React. You see, there's code T, Figma to code, Figma to code. So when you run it, I don't want to run it here. You can try it out on your own. Just get a developer friend and say, "Do you write in React?" If you say yes, I want to try something out with you. Just click this, try to run it. If you have questions and you're not sure about what to click, go to your YouTube, search how to go about using code T or something like that. There's Figma to HTML too. The essence of all these things is not to learn HTML, learn React, is to make life better for yourself and for the developer. Because at the end of the day, if the developer is having issues, you will have to make those things simpler in your design. So if you don't want to go through all those stress of back and forth, that development before starting, you have to do things like this. So there's Figma to HTML. This one is popular, Anima. It's popular. My friend will call it Anima, like practical Anima. There are different tools like that. We all know that they are plugins, but then there are AI plugins that you can easily use. So the one I use mostly, based on most of the things we are doing where I work right now, it's on WordPress, is UI Kemi. So it just ships. So let's say I want to ship this on just for practical sake. You have to link it to. You might not be able to try this, the one for WordPress. You might not be able to try it based on. You may not have an Hostinger account. Hostinger account is like a platform whereby you can host your website. It is something.com. So let's say I want to try this now. This case study, and I think I'm logged out on this thing. And I'll try to log in back. I want to show you what it will look like when I ship this to. I think I'll not be able to do that because the companies. Yeah, I'll not be able to do that. It's a company's work. So let's use Layemi. I think I mentioned three things now. How to use community library to make your design faster. It being the fact that you need to create Manda's portfolio. You need to know how to use fast ways. But then you must know your design, because if you can use fast ways, it will show that you are doing poor design, irrespective of how fast you are going. So you just have to have a knack on your design itself before you start looking for fast ways. You can just keep this class for keeps. So let's say there's Figma, this Figma to Elementor. When it loads up, mm, pardon my network. Nothing to find it is so easy. Let me see, let me see. What's it taking time? So sorry, due to the rain. Okay, yes, our guy, this is Layemi. Layemi. So now, yes, there are two things I want to say about Layemi. This guy should even pay himself. I pushed about this to many people. So there's case study here. So what you just want to do is optimize and convert. You see, because I've selected a page now, let's select this page. You see, it changed from desktop and it changed to case study without selecting this page. Answer me on time. Yes, you can see the preview here. So you see optimize and convert. So when it does that, this this solutions that these guys came up with, people that are doing ship Figma to anything, is like a game changer for a lot of designers. A game changer, because that way, this one is backside story. That way, if you know how to use WordPress, for example, you can charge a client for WordPress development and charge him for, you don't say you're a team working on a project. So you charge the client for product design, then you charge the client for also WordPress development. So far, you know how to do about it. So the client will be thinking, after he or she is fine with the Figma design, you're thinking a WordPress developer is starting from scratch, whereby you are not starting from scratch. You mean to, okay, optimize and convert. So you come here, this network is affecting, so you say convert. So when it's done converting, let me finish that backside. So okay, we now say live import. So there are different things. So this just the way that when we export designs in JPEG, PNG, PDFs, and all those things. For design interfaces, there's JSON. It's just JSON is just like how do I explain it? It's not like a sophisticated version of saying SVG. The way SVG can move from CorelDRAW, it can move to Photoshop, it can move to Illustrator. JSON too can move to different development platforms that are no code. So instead of that, I use live import. So I already connected it to our staging platform where I work right now. So I will not need to. That's why I said you might not be able to try it. Or else you want to do just for testing sake, you might want to do 30 days free trial for hosting jar, or when we use GoDaddy, any hosting platform, or one media host, one media host, and one host. I think that's then I'll click on case study page, or select our choose page. So, and if it's a design that you're trying to sell as an Elementor template, many designers are selling templates now. It's a cool niche to make money. I'm doing that too. So Elementor templates, so that people can easily download the template and use it for your design. But I'm not doing that. I need to page. I'm doing page. If I press next, import all. On WordPress, this design will be there live, right inside WordPress. Nothing scattered, nothing missing, nothing broken. The design will be live there. Hold on, I'm waiting for it to say success. The design will not import successfully if there's something broken in between your designs. let us say one of the one of the frames or one of the sections, there's an auto layout missing somewhere. Because right in WordPress, everything uses grids, they use box to box, they use different things, they use containers. So everything are already, you can't do too many custom. So if you don't make your design look like that right on Figma, it's not going to work over there. So AI tools, I want to talk about, okay, you see now, one imported. So it will be on draft already on our staging platform on WordPress. So one more thing I want to talk about something related to AI is, I know this gaggles with this, that will teach us. Down with the one, we were still one community, say me, check on this. I want to see something. I want to see. I've related some things on my notes, but I want to see the last thing I want to talk about before I hand over the mic or before I take questions and all that. So this one has opened. So stay on this UI cable. Now, this one is against the design hood or the design brotherhood or whatever you want to call it. This one is against nobody wants to cut soap, but then newsflash, I will cut the soap. So still on UI Kemi. You can try UI Kemi for free. There are 50 conversions per month, so you can try it. So still on UI Kemi, okay, collaborative inside. That's the last thing I want to talk about. Still on UI Kemi, let's see. It's been long. I went live. My devices I'm not familiar with. Okay, so still on UI Kemi, you see there's convert and there's template. So I want to show you that template side. Let's go to a fresh area. So let's say we come to templates now. And mind you, once again, the way they used to write when they are doing all those movies, there's a lot of dangerous stuff. Don't try this at home. Please don't try this if you are still learning like a crash learner. Don't try this. It's going to spoil you. But then if you are smart enough, it's going to actually make you better rather than spoil you. But then, has packed that owner's risk, as they say. Thank God. Hold on a second. Okay. So now, depending, like I said, using these things I'm sharing, these projects I'm sharing, you have to just be good with the design before you can start using things like this. Just like in WordPress, okay, I don't want to assume, I'm not expecting any beginner to know how to use WordPress, or else a WordPress developer now to learn how to use Figma. That side. So look at this now. There is something that looks like an arrow section, and there is something that looks like another one here. You will keep coming down, different sections, different stuffs. So if you want to create some stuffs, and instead of doing the auto layout manually, you see there is a column for you. So you put your text here. Let's start there. Back here. You put your text here. You put your image here. You can see there's a division there already. If you want to create something like cards, let's say an icon, a logo of a brand, then subtext, logo, or you want to highlight, let's say something like our services. We do branding. You want to put a pen as a tool, as a icon. You can see this. You cannot enlarge this. No. I don't want to do too much showing my hands. I just want to point into it. You can explore on your own. I don't want to take too much time, just in case there are questions and just in case there are some things you may want to share too. So you can see different stuff here. There's icon box. There is, sorry, the highest thing to do somehow. So there is icon box. There is the button page. That's like the CTA page that comes before FAQs. There is progress bar. This thing, they have the interactions working right in them too. You can check the prototype. There is for brand designers that are trying to transition into product design. There's a sweet spot for you here that you can use to present your designs. You can present your designs in the landing page. I do that a lot, and clients are usually overwhelmed when you present their design like a digital product. Like, wow, they will already be busy imagining how their website is going to look like. That's another USP for me, like a unique selling point. Just in case you're wondering what USP, you can see there are different options here. There are different options you can just use based on what you want to design. So let us just do a quick. I want to show you. I don't know anybody that knows this guy on Instagram. This guy that used to brag, Kenny something. I told them I can design an e-commerce landing page in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That's all bullshit though. I mean the language. But then I think we can do something sharp in the space of what's his name?
Raymond.
This now.
I said that
What
should
did
be
you say?
Raymond,
Raymond.
right?
Yes, yes,
Raymond.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
He's the one. He's the one. He's the one.
Can design
He's the
website in
one.
3 weeks.
Like that guy is crazy, man. Crazy. All those things that Fabu are big. If you will do anything, it can never be e-commerce. E-commerce could test your patience. Because it's not all about the design. There's a lot of integrations that you have to do. My first time doing e-commerce, I died. I woke up back. You can see now, just by importing this trial page, it's giving me a full landing page. I might not need all these sections. I'll just take the sections that I need. Look at it now. Let's go. That's right. It's looking beautiful. Yeah. I'm kidding. So now, this like the navbar. I can edit it, all these things. And based on, like I said, use community libraries. And I already talked about design system. Design system, beginner, intermediate, advanced. You should always have a design system before you start any design. It makes your work look more professional. It looks more, straight to the point. You're not doing test and try. You're not trying to change your corner radius. You're not. Everything is just consistent all through. This like a label. This like this. So you can just come here, change your logo here. So let us say we want to try it with PDC. PDC permits me. So let's say we want to add a text here. Add a text here. Let's say purposeful designs. Yes, so I'm going to delete this guy based on because he's on auto layer. If we check this guy now, it should be on some spaces. This 1520 is on sparse auto layout. So I'm going to remove this sprout logo because that was standing in between us and Kena. So that's purposeful designers. And I'm guessing this is like plus Jakarta font. Okay. Where's our guy? This is a call to get. It's a call to get a markup. I think I'm done with my beef with that one. So you can see it now. There's a design system that is coming with this template itself. If you check it, let me show you. This is not my own design system. This is their own. Yes, I can always change. You see, WP Sprout UI kits, WordPress, website Figma UI kit. So that is coming from their own design system. You see different design system I've used in the past. There was a fintech hack too. I had to use material theory design kits for it. You see different stuff here. So try it. You are going to love it. Let us say, okay, we're trying to edit this now, and we're going to try to customize it. Let's see what we can do in the next 10 minutes and delete other pages, and that'll be all. It's just we'll do like a one-pager kind of website. Let's say, welcome to family. Not this is not only about design. Purpose needs design. What's this emoji? Let's not make it too complicated. I want to look for all these emojis that you can just put. I'm kidding. So that being said, get sources together. That works. But let's try and use something subtle like. So this image now, analyze. Okay, we can just change the image. Let's go to free page, plugins, free page. Photos by full pic. Congratulations to all those people that use premium accounts. I envy you. I won't tell you, I'm not going to tell you what kind of account I use. But then I have premium stuff too. Backside story, I'm not paying. Thank you. So let's see, I'm looking for team of African turkeys. Based on, I believe most of us are Africans. And I'll pick, my filter should be horizontal based on filter. I can also change color to pick the kind of outfits they be wearing. Unless I want to change the color to, even though this works already because it's like blue, I want to change the color to this kind of blue. This has a kind of color blue. Let's wait for our feed. That's taking a lot of time. It's taking a lot of time. Okay, let's mine it so that I think it was fast for it to load up. Hold on a second. It's my markup documents. Oh boy. Alright. I'm trying to change it. The search field so that don't be shocked that you understand what tech goes means. I like the former one before, but then let's just go with that random image so that we don't spend so much time here. Yeah, thank you. Love you too. So I'm trying to insert that inside that frame. If it messes up, I'll sort it. If it doesn't, block him to go ahead. Okay, so what I want to do is add the size and I think the size is good enough, just for context sake. No. So now this one is whining, so I'm going to click content for this. Click content. Click content just means whatever is happening across all frames, across all sections, it's not going to exceed the parent. The parent frame. Adam and network is really pissing me off. So we have this guy there already. Where's it? Okay. There you go. A normal me on a normal day, all my frames are named. But based on I just downloaded this right now. I'm not going to stress myself doing that because this is for educational purpose. It's not for a developer, not for a client. So let's see if I can get this image more obvious than what it looks like right now. Okay, I think this is better. Let me try to move a bit. Yeah, this is better. Right, so that being sorted, get sources together. I can increase it a bit. You can see it's on medium. I can increase it to okay, this is my own stuff. So here you can detach something that you feel like you want to do custom. Here you can detach it. Where is it? Where are you? Okay, I detached it already. Let me show you one more time. Let me Control Z it so that you can see it. I think it's slow network. Wait me. Okay, let me pick this. I'll show you how you can detach it. So you see a link, a broken link icon. So if I click it, that's the text style. You can do that for the components that you download or that you brought in from the community library too. You see, you can see the properties and send it too. So you can now customize it. Let us say for your headers now, you want to use 64. Or let us say 70, what have you. 64 to over, and I want to change this to 80 just to make it look too much. Yeah, that being said, so then I can just change the copy of this place to something, and these buttons are too tiny for me. I'm imagining seeing this on a bigger scale, not on a design. So let me try and present this. Let me see on a bigger scale. You realize that the button looks too tiny. I'm not even asking anybody if I'm boring you out or not. Well, so well, I'm good. I think this is the last thing I want to show. I'm just the type that is all about making work easier and faster, more enjoyable. Many designers spend a lot of hours making stuff work for a pay that's not necessarily worth it. I still get paid that are not necessarily worth it. Just to keep my skills intact. But then when it comes to product design, I'm smarter. Oh, they're not done. The image should load here, so you can see how the button is, how the button are tiny compared to the total frame of this. You can see how the button is tiny. So a normal will not design a button like this. And well, let me not spend too much time on that. So I don't like to show context to after I close this. So that's that. Obviously, you can see that I have a full landing page. And if you don't want to get a full landing page, if you want to get per sections, there is sections there too. You're not going to choose a trial page. You're going to choose. You're going to choose. Let me show you. You're going to choose. There are sections. You're going to choose the Sprout UI. Based on my premium account is not connected on this account. It's like a fade. Okay, I just said it. So there is templates. You cannot come to Sprout UI. Third-party kits here, you have to install it just like they install themes on what's it called? In WordPress, you have to install this. I have Relum, but then it's not connected here. So Sprout UI now, you can see different sections. You can see there's hero. There's some whack heroes and there's some nice heroes. There is something like what we have here. See hero 9, there's hero 10 here. They are different. And using these things to create something for yourself. Let's say you want to try creating a portfolio landing page for yourself. Using something like this can give you an intuition of how a clean, minimalistic design should look like. Because you're not going to see things that are very, very, very busy. You can only make life computer for yourself. So that's your call. So you can load more. So I think that's all I want to share. So I believe beginners can move faster the chain of, let's say beginner, intermediate, professional, advanced, beginners and materials like to go back into this. So I believe beginners can climb the ladder faster than we would just by taking courses, buying Udemy, buying the Mystical, buying ALX, buying whatever it is. I believe designers can move faster across that chain of work experts if we're actually learning how it works practically in the workspace. Just like a student, in the university learning all the theory aspect and now gets to the real life. I say real life, like it's university in real life. Now gets to the outside world, so to speak, that's not in books and paper again. And he's realizing that he has to start another kind of schooling. He has to start another kind of learning process to know how it works. So all that you learned in school is now more or less not so relevant to what you can apply in the outside world. So I don't want beginners to be busy doing all that. To be busy doing, you have to learn pen tool by force. You have to learn pen tool, learn it, because there are some things that you have to customize yourself. If you don't know how to use pen tool, you'll not be able to customize those things. So, but then I don't believe that designers should go through rigorous pain, learning so many things that they will not get to do manually when they start working for clients. So why not learn the practical way things are done on projects? Why not learn that practical way rather than waste time teaching a lot of nonsense and wasting years learning design? So I think that's a part of my art. Yes. If you see young designers making it online, like young designers as young as 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I lose like they're a celeb online. Go check Reddit page, go check what's this church now? There's a church in Brazil, and Anthony Basilo, I can't remember his name. Those guys are very young, but then what's their advantage is they learned how to make design work faster. They learned how to make research faster. They learned how to use different ways to make different processes of their design stages faster. So all they have to spend time on is a particular thing that works, not necessarily the whole design process. So I know product designer, we know the process of designer, empathize, define, ideate, all those things, test, and all those. Oh, my light is off. Hold on a second, please. Uh, okay. I think that light is too much. So instead of wasting time doing, I know we all, okay, I was talking about the process of design. Instead of doing, I think there's something going on. I beg tell them, Bent is a lifesaver. I don't go live for you, man. Lifesaver. Learn now more. Learn now more. We go talk saying that VisualsByMike say me no learn pen too. I do use pen too well. Especially somebody that likes logo designs as much as me. I use pen too just a lot. So I was trying to mention something. So I know we all know the process of product design. Empathize, do research, ideate, do testing, do testing till you're finally at the end product. I know you want to do all those things, but then you see that empathize you're trying to do. There are tools that can do it for you. It doesn't make you less. It doesn't make you what's it called? It doesn't make you less mindful of what the client is going through, what the potential users are going through. It's just a smarter way to work. So instead of doing research yourself, there are tools that you can use to do the research. I'll just fetch you the research data. Instead of doing user persona and start writing, looking for UX writers, there are tools that can help you do these things. All you just need to face in your own line is just the proper design. Look for what works, look for what is minimal, look for what can be intuitive, look for what can trap people down on the website. Keep scrolling, look for what can sell the apps faster. That's what you should be bothered about. You see, all other things, I'm not going to join designers to waste a lot of time doing all that. And I'll be billing, if you are working for a key client, or let us say a premium client, you're going to be billing per work hours. Or if you're working for a Nigerian client, obviously billing per maybe screens or billing per project, so to speak, depending on the budget or pricing model of the client, or you yourself, depending on the pricing model of your invoice. So, but then if you have premium clients, it will be a great advantage to you if you can skip what you already arranged in your invoice. Phase 1 this, phase 2 this, phase that. But you know it deep down, phase 1 to phase 3, you have finished it in one day just by using resources. So instead of wasting your time doing phase 1 to phase 3 that's meant to take 3 weeks, you have done it in 2 days. just by knowing what right tools to use. And I'm not just talking about only AI. I'm talking about even smarter moves aside from AI. So if you can look for all these things online and trying to use it to your advantage, like I said, the balance is that you still need to grind your design skill, but then those tools is just going to make every other thing that is connected to your design primarily faster. So I think that's like the end of my submission tonight. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing all of that. I believe that we all have learned one or two things from that session. Yeah, so I have nothing to say right now because I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I've had a class before this session and I've been sitting down for a long time. That's why I had to like just cover my camera so I can stretch a bit. Yeah. Yeah, you can see people are just joining. Yeah, they're so sorry, but we have to go now. But if you guys have questions, you can throw in your question now. Yeah, before we call it a night. If you have questions, let's know. If you have anything you want to ask him, or if it is not product related, it could be design generally. Yeah, so you can throw in question and let's take that so we can all leave. So I'm waiting for like 2 minutes. If you have question, let us know. So in the process of waiting, right, I'm going to post something on Telegram channel now. Yeah, so we've had part one of product design dynamics last year, right? We had it last year, and that was with Victory Mokolu, right? So if you don't, you need to watch that session. You need to watch that session so you can understand. Like, I think I started with basics of Figma from this session that I'm about to share with you now on Telegram. So for those who are new to product design, this part one is going to help you understand what Mike has just shared tonight. Okay, I've sent it. I've just sent it now. So you need to watch this, right? And please, before or after you've watched, make sure you subscribe to that channel. Yeah, we have some couple of videos there also that can help you design wise. Yeah. And also we have some other interesting. Yeah, you can check some of the clips from our conference. Yeah, you can learn a lot from it. So I can see that we don't have many people here tonight, and some are joining late. And like I think Mike has left also. It could be network.
Okay. But are we going to talk about like thank thank you for putting this up and also thank Mike because as someone who is like presently trying to transition into making product design and all this UI UX something
Yeah.
something constant. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the teaching with the plugin that he explained.
That
I
shared.
really
Okay.
enjoyed it. Yes, so very nice session.
Yeah, that's awesome. And thank you for joining, boss. This is one of our big bosses also. So there are a lot of plugins on Figma. Yeah, I think I do share some with my with some of my students also, and I'm going to share. Sorry, let me see how I can share some screenshots with you guys too. I have a lot of plugins I use, but I don't use. It's not like I use everything too. But these are some of the plugins that you guys can save. Yeah, these plugins can save you at any time. Right, I'm just going to crop and drop it on Telegram. So have them saved so that when you need them, you can easily select. So I won't compress it so you can get to see them. You may not use everything at once, but I'm sure they are very useful. So this is the second part. Okay, this is the second one. Okay, without without wasting too much of our time again, I think we have to call it a night. We are still going to have more sessions like this. We've been doing this here. We've been doing this since we started this program, this community thing. We've had guests, and we are still going to have guests, more guests. Right. So stay tuned. Join our Telegram channel if you haven't, and just keep logged in here. Just stay logged in, and you see news from us. All right. Thank you guys for joining, and see you guys at the top. Good night.